Hello all. Today we're going to be talking about graphing systems of inequalities. So first I have a joke for you, so let me read you the joke. So the joke is, how do you find a cheetah at night? So stay tuned for the answer at the end. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get started with our graphic organizer that we have here on steps of graphing systems of inequalities. So it's going to list the steps, and then we're going to go through an example as we list the steps. So the first step is to write the inequality in slope-intercept form. Okay, so we'll start with the first inequality. So to put it in slope-intercept form, remember slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we need to solve for y. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract 3x on both sides. And we'll have negative 4y is less than negative 3x plus 4. And then we're going to divide by negative 4 on both sides of the inequality. So remember, when we divide by an inequality, the line flips. So we're going to have the inequality sign flips. So we're going to have y is greater than 3/4, because a negative divided by a negative is a positive, x, and then 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1. And so then we're going to graph the y-intercept. So the y-intercept here is the negative 1, so we'll go ahead and graph the negative 1. And then after that, we need to use the slope to graph. So we graph other points with the slope. And remember, the y-intercept is the b value, whereas the slope is the m value. So our slope here is 3/4. So we're going to rise 3 and then run 4. Rise 3 and run 4. We can also go backwards, so we go down 3 and to the left 4, down 3 and to the left 4. And so now we can connect the line. So now we need to see if it's going to be a dashed or solid line. And so a dash, for a dash line, that's when we have just greater than or less than. And then solid line is greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. So since this is less than, we'll have a dashed line. And then we need to decide if we're going to shade above or shade below. And so since it's less than, it's going to be below. So less than or equal to are below, and then greater than and greater than or equal to are above. So I'll go ahead and I'll shade this one below. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat steps 1 through 5 for the second inequality. So we're going to start by subtracting x on both sides. And so we'll have 2y is less than or equal to negative x plus 8. And then we'll divide 2 on both sides. And we'll have y is less than or equal to. Remember there's a 1, an invisible 1 in front of the x. So this is negative 1/2 x. And then 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'll start by graphing the y-intercept, which is 4, and then using the slope to rise over run. So we'll rise 2 and we'll go to the left, we'll rise 1 and go to the left 2. Since it's negative, it's going to be facing the other direction. And we can also go down and to the right. And then we need to decide if we're going to do a dash or a solid line. Since it's less than or equal to, it's going to be a solid line. So we'll go ahead and draw the line. And then we either shade above or we shade below. Since it's less than or equal to, we're going to shade below. So it would be all this area right here. And so wherever it overlaps, that's the solution set. So then the last step is to shade wherever they intersect. Or where they overlap. What I like doing personally is coloring it with different colors. That like when I go over one color, it's going to be a different color. So like first I use blue and then I use pink. Well, if you think of pink like red, then blue and red is going to make purple. So then like this area right here, like say I was coloring with crayons and not like a digital pen, then this area would be purple. So that's what I personally like to do to show the shaded area, where they overlap. And then we can see that there's this blue area still right here that is not part of the solution set. Alrighty, well thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is how to graph a system of inequalities and then the answer to the joke. So how do you find a cheetah at night? You use a spotlight. Alrighty, well thank you all for watching.